Hey everyone, it is time for the results because it's Monday and we had some big results happening. We had our first Asia or SCA or Oceanic region BCS, which was the Philippines. They were the first. And then we had one in Puerto Rico. And then we had one in Thailand, WGP in Thailand. So a few things to cover. But first off, as you can see from this pie chart, man, I hope that JP ban list comes soon. Anyway, as you can see, top 8 breakdown for standard in the Philippines. We had 5 Wallista and then 1 Hexa Orb, Zorga, and Greedon. So other 3 decks are like, it's alright. It's alright, but this Wallista is like, whew. I'm actually curious because Greedon, you shouldn't be able to play the set 11 stuff, right? So this will just be like a normal Greedon, not Greedon Masks. Which is the one that, people have been doing well with. So this should just be old Greedon. And this Zorga should be no Misty Arc Habitat Zorga. So that's pretty crazy. I can't wait to see how well they did, which they just made top 8 because all the Wallistas just dominated top 4. I don't really think, I think the picture speaks for themselves, right? It's a pretty good deck. Now, one thing that I do want to say is that I don't think Wallista has done well in the other regions compared to SCA. And, well, at least for the only SCA tournament. But I do want to say that, Wallista is pretty popular in Australia as well. And I'm curious to see how popular it is in, like, Singapore and Indonesia and how dominating it will be, right? But I do feel like there might be kind of a difference in, how do you say, like, in metagame. Maybe more players are just, playing other stuff because they think the other decks are better, or maybe even like the best players or the players who normally play Wallista are playing the other formats on the day, right? So if there's standard and V or standard and premium, maybe the would-be Wallista players are playing, the V premium or the premium BCS instead. So usually they would be like the more older players, the veteran players, who do like, drawing cards. Because I'm an old player and I like drawing cards. There we go. So, Wallista does let you draw a lot of cards. But yeah, it is kind of short. I'll be curious to see how this develops. Europe before, not many Wallistas. NA as well, previously, not many Wallistas as well. But I guess in BRO, the Wallistas was just everywhere too. So, it's interesting, right? So congratulations to everyone here. And then in V Premium, right, we had a pretty normal result, I'd have to say. 2 Bermuda Triangle, 2 Aquaforce, Narukami, and then 1 Gear Chronicle and Genesis. So no Luards. I guess the weird one is the Gear Chronicle because they're showing off this MFD picture, and I think it actually was an MFD deck. But let's the top 4 breakdown. We had Ken Matsuda winning first place with Favis. Good deck, right? I was surprised not to see it in Rosemont last week, where it was just Luard, Night Rose, Luard, Night Rose, right? Or was it Night Rose, Luard? Yeah, I think it was Night Rose, Luard, Night Rose, Luard. Yeah, Thavis, I think, is a great deck in V-Prem. You guys should look into it. I think it's really good. Robert Jirochi coming in second with Vanquisher, yeah. And then third, John Mahine with Ange. And then fourth, Wilson Wong with the Fenrir, right? Fenrir, just missing out, unfortunately. And then in Premium, my boy, right, did pretty well. We can see the breakdown here. 2 Narukami, Bermuda Triangle. And then 1 Pale Moon, Spike Brothers, Link Joker, and Nubatama. Nubatma. But the winner, Derek Dow. All right, winning with the Harry deck that he built himself. And then second was Daniel Gondar with the Eradicators. Kind of Eradicators, right? Just Narukami. Third was Aldrin Reyes with Riviere. And then fourth was Johan Kalog with the Spike Brothers. And yeah, pretty good. Derek coming back with the big first place. Looks like we'll be seen at Worlds. With the premium list, we do have Derek's list. He did post it here. As you can see, misplays were made. No third RLR, right? But I'm pretty sure now that he's won with this deck, he has to get it, right? He has to get it. And also this 2 What is this? Come on, man. You can do better than this. This isn't high rarity, right? I'm sure you know, Derek will be going through his deck later, right? Just kind of going through, you know, what is also. Go check that one out. And then the other interesting one was this Riviere deck, and you know, we haven't seen, you know, Riviere much. I think the main Muta deck we've been seeing for the past X times has been Highlander, but I think people forgot about Riviere, and it actually is not bad, right? It's got this grade 1 that just all your regards can't be chosen by effects of your opponent's card. So you basically just shut everyone down. That's pretty well against a lot of decks, and it's like only Riviere kind of gets this kind of mash resist. Or you know, I guess Genesis does as well, but it's pretty interesting. It's actually pretty interesting. It does kind of position at least give Riviere a pretty good niche in the meta, and then this is the rest of the deck, you know, pretty standard I have to say, but yeah, pretty cool, nice to see. This is why I like this is the reason why I feel like, you know, Premium is still pretty open formats. I mean, there were apparently a lot of Narakamis, and then all the Mega Colonies died, but then you have a bunch of other stuff that is doing well, so still a lot to see there, I think. Then moving on to Puerto Rico, we have the standard here. So we can see a big difference. You know, 3 Chronojet, 2 Messiah, 2 Gandiva, and 1 Ballista. And then this converting into the Chronojet win. So Jose Santos with the win with Yohan Lopez. With the Messiah coming second. So quite surprising. Messiah doing very well. And then third was Hank Huang with Gandiva. And then fourth was Christopher Casanova with another Chronojet as well. So, you know, the Ballista died, but, you know, Jets first and foremost. This happened the same thing in like Europe last time, and I think Rosemont as well, right? So last week it was pretty jetty. This week in the NA region and no Europe region, but in the NA region, more Jets. So pretty interesting to see the difference, right? Then the V Premium, we had the 2 Shadow Paladin, Great Nature, and then 1 Aqua Force, Gold Paladin, Genesis, and Royal Paladin. So again, pretty diverse. Like, I have to say, like, you know, the V Premium meta is pretty kind of diverse, which is kind of funny to say, because V Premium usually is the least diverse meta, especially for a format that has been around and with like very little changes for a very long time. And then yeah, again, Thavas coming first. I think the Thavas is a great pick, right? My favorite. Luis Vega with the first place Thavas. Second was Sergio Melendez with the Luard. Third was Ronaldo Rosa, so with the Leopold. So this, we haven't been seeing Leopold in a while. I think last time we saw maybe even Springfest, right? It's been a while. And then Jeremy Guzman with the 4th place Gurgit, right? And then in Premium, so Premium was interesting in Puerto Rico. 2 Dimension Police, 2 Shadow Paladin, right? Shadow Paladin. And the 1 Nova Grappler, Nubatama, Narukami, and Gold Paladin. And then this converts to Jorge Antonio with the 1st place Narukami. And then Carlos Rodriguez with a D-pole, and Miguel Pereira with a D-pole as well. So 2 D-poles in 2nd and 3rd place. And unfortunately, Jeremy Guzman did pretty well. There was another, yeah, Jeremy Guzman, the Gurgit man, looks like 4th place again with Gurgit. So bad luck, Jeremy, but wow. All in all, did pretty well, right? 4th place 2 days in a row, right? So you can kind of crack open the premium list. Let's kind of take a quick look. So Jorge Antonio, this Narukami list is, I think, pretty much the most standard list you'll see now. Everyone is running everything in the first row, I feel like, is core to the deck. And then pretty much nearly everything in the second line is as well. And then, yeah, the Stride deck is just pretty straightforward, right? So if you were looking for a Kraken Narukami deck, basically everyone is running something similar to this, right? Then the Dimension... So we have actually 2 different Dimension Police builds. This one is one more focused on V cards, I feel like. And just straight up die liner, you know, very honest. But if you check the 3rd place D-pole as well, it's not like this one isn't honest. It is running like the Zeal line that we normally see in other D-pole lists, I think. Most D-pole lists, I think, have been running the Zeal, you know, the Zeal combo with the die liner. And then it was like a BCS World promo. Wow, okay. Yeah, so pretty cool. And then with the 1/4-bit. So this one is the more common one. The other one is kind of less common, I have to say. Just, cut out the Zeal ride line, run more other cards, and then stuck in 3 Honolly. How many? This can only fit in 2, right? So 1 Honolly advantage. And then fourth place, Jeremy's deck is actually pretty interesting. It is the Gurgit deck. I was going, wow, is he just running 1 Gurgit? That's pretty ballsy. He's got is cosplaying as Gurgit, right? We got 1 of each different art of Gurgits, right? And then one of them, like running the 1V Gurgit is actually not bad at all. So we got that. It's pretty teched out. I have to say it's very teched out. Running the 1/4-bit as well. That lets you basically search for, your Percivals. But then when you have enough excels, you can either search for the Sages or a Max/Dragon, right? And just kind of pop off like that. So pretty cool. And then, no OT runs, which means you're going for the Ultima combo as well. I know some decks do run the OT and like forgo the Ultima, but this is still Ultima is still a very potent finisher. So you might as well just stick it in and forget the OT, right? Who needs OT in premium, And the rest of the deck, yeah, is pretty standard. So overall, pretty cool. Like, pretty cool gold palace. Again, right? More of these decks can come out everywhere because it's premium, right? Premium. Fun and exciting. And then in Thailand, we have WGP. So this is in the Japanese format, right? 2 Ganivas and 2 Orphis made it in the top cut, and then 1 Ballista, Bastion, Messiah, and Prison. And this was actually won by the Prison deck. So, Prison defeating the Ballista, the Orphis, and the Bastion. And then just quickly taking a look at the list, right? This is the Prism list. This is actually just, the current standard build of Prison in a way, right? Stuck in 4 of the PRs, sticking 4 of the other PRs. And, I think you're ready to win, right? You've got a winning combo right there. And us in English format, we're just waiting. We're just going, when can we get these cards? Once again, I'm going to enjoy myself playing some Prison. Yeah, able to take it home, right? Surprising because, the format is really, really fast in JP. So sometimes Prison just doesn't really have the tools to survive if they're not careful. They can just get rushed out, but it looks like they did well. Prison did well. So big congrats there. And that is basically all the lists kind of want to look at today. If you guys want to check out the deck codes, I know the Philippines one doesn't really have that many at the moment, but I know some of them posted their decks on Twitter already. So if you want to check out VG Top Decks on Thursday or Friday, that's where they're probably going to be. We'll probably pick them up and kind of go through them. Otherwise, great job on Fuzzy for, again, collating all the data. And if you want to just look at the decks as well in deck log, you use the English deck log, right? Even the Thailand ones, even these ones, these are also in the English deck log because, for the SEA regions, they do have the Japanese cards in the English deck log, especially for those regions. So use the English version of these. All of the deck codes are in the English version, so go check them out. And with that is the results for this week. Congrats to everyone who qualified for Wealth. And yeah, let me know in the comments what you think of all the decks. And we'll see you all soon. All right. Bye.